Welcome back, you guys. My name is Caine, and we have seen some amazing NBA Finals games over the years, but there were some Finals matchups that were hyped up before the season and never happened like they were supposed to. I want to talk about 4 of them that nearly happened. Let's try to hit 700 likes in the first day on this and go into the first almost Finals matchup. The fact that us as NBA fans never got to see a NBA Finals featuring teams that were led by a prime Kobe Bryant versus a prime LeBron James is one of the biggest basketball disappointments ever. This Finals not happening stings the most for me because it involves 2 of the most talked about players of all time. Around this time in 2009, it was the peak of the who was better debate between LeBron or Kobe. From the people who watched games every day to the casual fan, everyone had an opinion on the Kobe Bryant versus LeBron debate. And if you think the Warriors and Cavs rivalry is hostile on the internet today, the Cavs and LeBron versus Kobe and the Lakers rivalry was even more hostile. The 2008 and 2009 Cavs were must-see television and were on every SportsCenter highlight. The Cavs were blowing teams out with ease and finished with the best record in the NBA, going 66-16, and they also finished with the number 3 ranked defense in the NBA. LeBron was at his athletic peak around this time and was playing at an all-time level on both ends of the court. The Lakers that year were no joke and finished just 1 win below the Cavs. They won 65 games. It was the second year of Pau Gasol and Kobe Bryant playing together, and Kobe was looking for that 4th ring after losing in the finals the year before against the newly put together Big 3 out in Boston. Making it to the finals was basically penciled in for the Lakers. They were by far the best team out in the West. They just needed to finish the job in June. Every NBA fan was expecting the finals that year to be the Cavs versus the Lakers. Everyone wanted to see the 2 most talked about players go head to head in the NBA's biggest stage to end the who is better debate forever. So LeBron and Kobe are both with Nike, and Nike took full advantage of the hype at the time and gave us the Kobe and LeBron Puppets commercials, which are still some of my favorite Nike ads. In the commercials, you had one puppet as a young, flashy, super athletic LeBron.
Woo! Chosen one! Ohio, baby! Woo! Akron, Ohio, baby!
And on the other side, you had Puppet Kobe, who wasn't about to let LeBron take his spot as the top player and would remind him who has the rings and the most points in a game since Wilt Chamberlain.
Okay, I got 2 words for you, brother. 81 points.
And the ads had other funny parts that made the commercial series so memorable.
LeBron, you got over 20 triple doubles. Can I have one? Kobe, what you over there reading? Kobe.
Hopefully that set the stage for you of the hype, because now it's the playoffs and teams have to play the games now, and the best chance for a Kobe and Lakers versus LeBron and the Cavs finals was spoiled by Dwight Howard and the Orlando Magic. After the Cavs swept the first 2 rounds, they met a Orlando team that was a matchup nightmare for the Cavs. Cleveland had no big man down low to match up with Dwight Howard, and this forced them to double team him when he got the ball. The problem with double teaming Dwight was that the Magic had shooters everywhere, and they finished the series shooting 40% from the 3-point line. If the Cavs decided to stay home and let Dwight go one-on-one, Dwight would just have his way and score. Dwight scored 40 points and grabbed 14 rebounds in the Game 6 win that ended Cleveland's season. LeBron had an amazing series though. His numbers were 38 points per game, 8 rebounds, 8 assists on 48% shooting. Check this screen cap of ESPN's predictions of the Magic versus the Cavs. Every writer had the Cavs in either 5, 6, or 7 games. The Cavs making it to the finals was a foregone conclusion for a lot of people. The Magic really exposed a lot of Cleveland's weaknesses as a team, even though they were ranked the 3rd best defense in the league. The Lakers went on to beat the Nuggets in the conference finals and beat that Magic team in 5 games. This loss really affected the future of LeBron in Cleveland. What do you guys think would have happened if the Cavs and Lakers met up in 2009? Let's go into the next almost finals matchup. Now, the Lakers and Celtics have met in the finals 12 times, but in 1986, that was supposed to be a shoo-in for another Lakers and Celtics meetup in the finals. A quick refresher that most NBA fans already know: in the year 1980, a new era of NBA basketball was born with Magic Johnson and Larry Bird in the league. They renewed the biggest rivalry in the NBA with their Hall of Fame basketball play each night on the court. The Lakers and Celtics would dominate the basketball conversation for most of the 1980s. The Lakers won the title in 1980, the Celtics won the title in 81, but they did not play each other until 1984, where the Celtics won in 7 games. In 1985, the Lakers got their revenge, winning in 6 games, and were expected to meet up for a third finals matchup to settle the score in 1986, but it was spoiled by the Houston Rockets. Let me refresh your memory of how the Celtics and Lakers were doing back in 1986. The Lakers won 62 games in the regular season. They had the best record in the West. The best record overall that year was the 67-win Celtics, who cruised to the first seed in the East. Boston and LA both cruised to their conference finals, but only one of them would make it to the final round. The 1986 Celtics, which is considered one of the greatest basketball teams ever, destroyed the Milwaukee Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. Absolutely destroyed them in 4 games. Head coach Don Nelson said this at the time: "I'm not sure that Boston isn't on another planet from us mere mortal teams. I wish everyone realized how hard it is to score inside against them." So the Celtics were going to the finals again, and everyone assumed it was going to be them against the Lakers, but those predictions were wrong. The Lakers took on the Houston Rockets. Even though this was a team that the Lakers beat 4 out of 5 times in the regular season and beat in Game 1, they found themselves down to the Houston Rockets 3-1. Yes, the Lakers were down 3-1 to a team they beat 4 out of 5 times in the regular season. The Lakers had no answer for Houston's twin towers of Ralph Sampson and Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem and Ralph made it really tough inside for the Lakers, and people could not believe that the Lakers were going to go down in the conference finals. With the Lakers up by 4 with 5 minutes left in Game 5 of the conference finals, Mitch Kupchak and Hakeem Olajuwon got into a fight where they both got ejected. Even though the Rockets just lost Hakeem, they were able to get back into the game, and they had a chance to win it at the buzzer with 1 second left. This buzzer beater by Ralph Sampson is one of the most ridiculous shots I've ever seen. Let me replay this again. I really have no words for that one. This shot ended the Lakers season. It's unfortunate we did not get to see a round 3 in 1986. It would have been fun to watch highlights of that on YouTube. A big what if here: how does the Celtics rivalry look in the 1980s if they played each other in the finals that year? The Celtics and Lakers would meet in the 1987 finals, but it's just unfortunate that it didn't also happen in 1986. Oh hey look, a LeBron and Kobe part again, but this time with LeBron in Miami, looking for his first ring, and Kobe now with 5 championships, looking to secure his 6th one and tie Michael Jordan. This was probably the last chance of a Kobe and LeBron NBA Finals. Let me show you some more ESPN predictions before the start of the 2010-2011 season. The favorite to come out of the West that year was the Lakers, and ESPN's favorite to come out of the East was the Miami Heat. And the finals that was most predicted that year was, you guessed it, the Heat and the Lakers. Even though the Lakers were 1 year older, a lot of people at the time still thought the Lakers had more experience than everybody else in the West. Kobe was still Kobe, even if he was getting older. Plus Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum are still tough for any team to match up with. And of course, the Heat with their new big 3 of Wade, LeBron, and Bosh were going to be very hard for a team to beat 4 times in 7 games. LeBron finally had the help he needed to get to the finals, and the Lakers had a pretty nice year. They won 57 games and finished top 10 in both offensive and defensive rating. But the playoffs were another story. After beating the Hornets in 6 games, they had a matchup with the 3rd seed Dallas Mavericks, led by Dirk Nowitzki, still looking for his first championship. Here was ESPN's predictions for that series against Dallas. Every single writer picked the Lakers, everyone, and this was a common theme outside of ESPN. No one took the Mavs seriously, but that's why you play the games, and Dirk destroyed that choker narrative. Him and the Mavs swept the Lakers, and that was a huge blow to LA's future as a finals contender. Phil Jackson retired as a coach after that loss to the Mavs. We know the story. The Heat would go on to the finals and lose, but it's just unfortunate that LeBron and Kobe just never got to a finals against each other. This is really the last chance of it happening. The Stan wars between the two fan bases would have been so funny to read at the time. Let's go into the last finals matchup that almost happened. The Houston Rockets in the 1990s took full advantage of Michael Jordan's retirement from the NBA and won 2 championships. Hakeem Olajuwon was at his peak in 1994 and 1995 as a two-way player. In 94, he became the only player to win regular season MVP, Finals MVP, and Defensive Player of the Year in the same season, the only player ever. Hakeem was amazing that year. The Hakeem-led Houston Rockets were supposed to take on Jordan's Bulls in the 1995 Finals, but the Shaq, Penny Hardaway Orlando Magic had other plans and beat the Bulls in 6 games. So instead of a matchup between, in my opinion, the two best players of the 1990s, that being Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon, NBA fans got to watch Houston sweep Orlando and win back-to-back titles. Now, Kenny Smith claims that the Rockets would have beaten the Bulls that year, and here's what Kenny said in an interview. They didn't match up well with us, and during those years that they were actually winning championships, we were 8-2 against them during those years. We matched up well with them. We wouldn't have been scared, I tell you that much. But there was another chance for the two teams to meet, and that was back in 1997 with Drexler, Barkley, and Olajuwon on the team. The Rockets won 57 games and reached the Western Conference Finals. The Bulls took care of the Miami Heat in 5 games in the Eastern Conference Finals. Houston took on the Utah Jazz and pushed it to a Game 6, and it looked like it was going to go to a Game 7, but John Stockton hit a game-winning three-point shot to end the Rockets season. The Rockets were actually up by 10 with 3 minutes left, so this was a game that the Rockets could have won and forced a Game 7, but they blew the lead. It's unfortunate because I would have loved to watch this series back on YouTube, having 2 of the top 3 picks from the 1984 draft finally go at it in a NBA Finals. Would have been great for the history of the game. What do you guys think? Who would have won between those two teams? And that is it for NBA Finals matchups that were penciled in or nearly happened. That's why you play the games. Not that many people saw Dirk Nowitzki's 2011 dominance coming besides the team itself, Mark Cuban, and Mavs fans. I really wish we got to see that 2009 Finals between the Lakers and Cavs though. That is really unfortunate. That never happened. Do you guys have some other NBA Finals matchups that almost happened? If you're still here and made it to the end, shout out to you. Not everyone makes it to the end. And if you have a Twitter account, I am on there tweeting during the games. So if you want to follow me, the link will be in the description. I'll see you guys in my next video.